I have no idea. So I don't know. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is Northern Ireland. I am going to need you to have 50 recon planes assigned to the western approaches. Weirdly enough, doing some sneaky spying. And yes, I'm going to get scout plane 2s so we can get the extra range, because we are going to be fighting in the Pacific, so we want really long range aircraft. Citizen military forces, no. I think what we want is the additional militia training so that we can get the extra manpower. Australian Women's Army Service. Much of our militia is unfit for service, either sick or under-equipped. We are taking steps to remedy this oversight in a dangerous world. And our fighters are out of date. Let's build new ones. And I think that we are also now going to be in a position to update all of the cavalry. Oh no, we're not. We don't have any army experience. Of course we don't. Why would we have army experience? Grr. There's a lot of free French units moving around here. That's still the Dutch East Indies. Hang on. If I click on you, and I click on you, then I can see what you're doing. Okay, you are finally... Nope, you're investing in Java. Just do curtail colonial authority. It has to tick down anyway. Because he can't do continue the war until curtail is finished. Well, at least you're building up Indonesia now, finally. Hey, Jamie. Are heavy fighters any good? Yes. So, heavy fighters are good in two circumstances. One, if you're fighting in really big air zones, so for example, Russia in particular, and also China to a lesser extent, but especially like here in Russia, we have big air zones like Eastern Siberia, Russian East Front, Central Steppe, Western Siberia, etc. Heavy fighters are great because they have the extra range. Likewise, if you're having to project air defenses from like Egypt out into the Mediterranean or something, if you've lost Malta, it can be very good for that. And then secondly, they're excellent at shooting down bombers. Bombers tend to have more heavy armor, which fighters can't always defeat, but heavy fighters can. So if you're being hit by a lot of strat bombers, the counter to strat bombers are heavy fighters on interception mission. Your own wife, just let the cops take you in Payday 2, then escape the bank robbery. I need to play Payday again one of these days. It's a fun game. Kind of got put off when they added the cop cars with the turrets on top. There's no way of countering that. And it just kind of destroys the whole idea of the loud play. And yeah, of course, there was the DLC Apocalypse as well. Didn't bother me as much. I play Paradox games. But, yeah, that was a problem. So Greece, for the time being, is actually holding. USA is beginning to send in some troops. It is February 41 now. It kind of looks like... When do I get my... Ah, we got it. Good. I would like to improve my intelligence agency, especially in the naval department. And I'm quite happy to invest some civilian industry into that. Meanwhile, cruisers. Have we built another one? No, we have. And you are going to join them. And the miners are almost finished. 800 now. Straits of Malacca are just going to be a complete pain to move through. By the way, to all, happy Dutch Liberation Day. That is true, it is today. Speaking of which, this gives me an excellent opportunity to say that on VE Day, which is this Friday, I am doing a special stream. It is going to be Hearts of Iron 4, I don't think I can announce exactly what it is yet, but it's something I've never done on this channel. It's not just a multiplayer game. It is going to be a really, really good show, and I very much hope that as many of you as possible will join us for that. It's going to be starting at 6 PM British summertime, ending about 9 o'clock, so roughly the same time as my regular streams, just starting an hour later at 6 PM. And I am really excited. It's for a really good cause, and I very much hope that you'll join us for that. And I want to talk more about it, but I'm not allowed to yet. Hopefully tomorrow, when I'm doing my full day of Hearts of Iron, I can be plugging it all day, because I cannot express how excited I am for this. It's going to be really, really good. And something which I've certainly never done before, I don't think has actually been done before. So yeah, I'm really excited. It's a fantastic idea, and I'm really can't wait. So Friday, 6 PM BST until about 9 PM. Hearts of Iron thing. Join us. It'll be good. Am I dressing up as Helfrich? No, not for that. Today I probably should have, but no. Right, so we have our first agent, Chloe the Zinger, who is a seductress. And we are going to send you to Germany. Huzzah! Because I want to get some more information about the German Navy, particularly where their submarines are. So yeah, Friday. Join us. It's going to be good. Okay, so we just finished the Grand Battle Fleet, which gives us the naval mine laying. We probably should research some of these. Oh, crap, we've got a new land doctrine. Yeah, we should probably start working on the land doctrine. Right, let's do this. Yep, we should definitely start working on land doctrines. Alright, so we've got Naval Department developed. Next up, I would like to... Oh, which one is it? Invisible Ink? Intelligence gains from operatives and infiltrated assets. Yes, that one. And then we need to try and infiltrate Germany. We also now want to get the elusive gentleman so that we can get another operative. And we want to get up to 5 total departments. Slinky Gustavo coming in with a 14-month resubscription. Thank you very much for that, Slinky Gustavo. Very much appreciate the ongoing support there. Thank you. How many Italians have the Greeks killed? Because that looks like a bloodbath in the mountains. Yeah, it's going to be a lot. So Italy have lost 253,000 to Greece. Greece having lost just 74,000. Greece is doing a number on the Italians. Manpower? When is manpower not a problem for me? Especially playing as Australia. I mean, we're doing well. We're still on volunteer only. And we can't even go up until we've got the citizen military forces. I mean, we're working towards that now, I think. Which is... Oh, it's this one. Interesting. Alright, so I think what's going to happen is we'll go additional military training. We'll try and get to the Women's Army Service as soon as possible, because that is going to give us access to more troops. So we need HMAS, then we need one of the following, so we can either go with the Australian Support Artillery, or the Research Bonus for a Land Doctrine, and also a General. So we're going to go Provoke Reservists, HMAS Assault, Australian Women's Army Service, and then probably Citizen Military Services. When is Japan going to get involved? I do like the fact that China keeps on fighting off the Japanese naval invasions. They are losing a little bit of ground up here, but the longer China survives, the harder they get to kill. Though we need a home defense force. Promoting militia and reserves into the regular army will give us a needed boost in available soldiers and experience. And that's especially true because China still holds on to their east coast, and that's where all the factories are. Sank another sub. How is that fleet doing? You are now 22% of the way promoted. We are getting a little bit of experience. My old cruisers have sonar, right? Oh, you don't. Okay, so you're actually kind of useless where you are right now. So we don't need that one there. And then the tier 1 destroyers, these all have sonar. These are anti-submarine destroyers. Yes, they are. Actually, they're versatile destroyers. They do everything. Where the hell are the German submarines? Because we haven't seen any here for a while. Are we just that effective at killing them? This is why we really need the information about Germany. Aha, we got another one. Linguist. Tough. Safe cracker. Yeah, we'll take the linguist. And I'm going to have you also in Germany, because I want to get as much information about the German subs as I can. And the sooner that I can start and infiltrate Navy, the better. We need 50% network strength there. Okay, we're working on it. Can we start developing another operation, another branch? Yes, we can. I mean, both of these are going to be useful. Let's put at least a point into passive defense, because Japan is likely to try to infiltrate us. Greece has also killed the most Germans. That's interesting. The UK has killed the most Italians, most likely in Africa. Or trying to sail over to Africa. Flashback to the shipyard of democracy where it was like 45 and you discovered you had no land doctrine. I mean, if I do a really naval-focused game, that often happens. I mean, I remember in my Greece game, I didn't even have an army. I just expeditionaried the entire force to Enigmatic Rose. But I did have, like, my entire focus on other areas, obviously. Right, so air superiority, tactical bombing, or ground support. I think right now we need the air superiority. How is the Battle of Britain going? It's fine. Also, I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop you to a 25. I don't think we necessarily need a 50 Air Force here. And then I'm also going to split you in half. Deploy you like this. And the Germans are sending a lot of airplanes to the English Channel. There's the passive defense. I want civilian infiltration and maybe air infiltration. Get a bit more info about that. Although I think the amount of information you can get about the Air Force is kind of limited. Because we already know where they're deployed. We can already see how many planes they have. I think that's all information that should probably be locked behind intel, honestly. Never understand why people bother to write alternate history stuff about World War II when 99% of it ends up with America winning. That's what makes Kaiserreich so interesting. America is barely a factor in that story. Yeah, that's why I think Kaiserreich is so interesting. Hey Mordred, haven't been on in a while, but I realise how much I'm missing out on, so here I am. Hello, Marcus man. Could I demonstrate the proper way to set up heavy fighters for interception? Not sure on how to ensure everything is covered effectively. Well, I'm not using heavy fighters, but it's exactly the same huzzah as regular fighters. So if we just go to the aerial map mode, we click on our Air Force, click on one of the one of the air wings. You choose where you want them, so these guys are currently in the English Channel. And then you make sure you have interception turned on. So it would be that. Or you can just leave both on. It doesn't really matter. It makes them marginally less efficient, but they still get the job done. If you're really being hounded by strat bombers, then you probably want regular fighters shooting down their air escorts if they're actually using them. So regular fighters on air superiority, then heavy fighters on interception. And then the interception task basically means I'll prioritize shooting bombers, and then the superiority means they'll prioritize shooting fighters. But they will still engage either. Both. Tau2121, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime resubscription, coming in with a 7-month resub. Thank you very much for that, Tau. For the greater good. No Mountain Blade. No, so for those of you who are, well, missed the beginning of the stream, no Mountain Blade at the moment because I basically finished with my Britannia game. It was getting a little dull because we were just in this eternal war against the Southern Empire and it was just never ending. 39,000 people had died in it, which in Mountain Blade is a phenomenal number. So I was going to start a new game. But because there wasn't an update last week, I don't know exactly when the next update is going to drop. And I'm probably not going to be playing Mountain Blade again until Friday at the earliest, at which point there probably will be another update. So it was kind of difficult to justify starting a new game for 4 hours, only to then stop that game and start a new one. Kevlar, you invest in the Navy. I remember the shipyard of democracy had a super powerful Navy, but the Germans had hundreds of divisions against whom had 50. Called it quits because it was too hard. Please don't make the same mistake. We'll be in a slightly better position because we're actually going mobile warfare, so even 50 divisions will be very effective. But we're still investing pretty heavily in the Navy because I'm intending to be fighting the Japanese the most. And in this, we are keeping China in. So if we have China, USSR, and USA, I think we're okay. Although China is being invaded again, which is a little uncomfortable. Scout plane 2s. Excellent. Let's upgrade to that. Now, is there a variant of scout planes? There is. You can increase their range even further. You can add on another 850 kilometers. I don't think we need to really, though. Okay, so that's all of the Air Force invested in that I want to do right now. Air Doctrine's still going. I don't have research for 38. I'm an idiot. Alright, we get that. It's been difficult having only 3 research slots. We started with only, I think, 2. Right? So we are a little bit behind, but we should catch up pretty quickly because of the Commonwealth technology bonuses and also the Australian tech bonuses. We have some of the highest tech in the game. Few take as many risks as the brave pilots of the Australian Air Force. Adrian Goldsmith, skilled pilot under the call sign Tim, has distinguished himself. That's nice, but can I actually use you? Tim. Pat Hughes, Tim Goldsmith, yes. And Pat Hughes is actually a better ace. He has double the skill of Tim. Do they level up over time or something? I really don't know how aces work. I've never bothered. Okay, civilian economy done. We need 2 more. No, 1 more. Air Force Department. Again, I don't really see the point. The only information we'll get here is what kind of aircraft they're using. That doesn't really matter. A fighter is a fighter. We could do cryptology, which would just allow us to keep that ticking along in the background. Localized training centers can be useful. Actually, I do like the idea of that. We'll go for the training center. Okay, reservists have been promoted. So now let's get the HMAS Assault, and then we can go for the Australian Women's Army Service. War in the Pacific will be an amphibious war, so the construction of a naval base specialised in the training of Marines how to take a beach is imperative for the war effort. Also, we have a new general. Is he any good? Ivan McKay. 2233. He's alright. The only one he's better than is Northcott. We'll keep you... actually, no, there is somebody you're better than. Who's the guy with only 1 defense? That would be you. You at least have 2 defense. And I believe, if my mathematics is correct, the 2 is in fact double that of 1. Okay, we can now infiltrate their civilian administration, but no, it's the Navy I still want to do. We're at 41%. We're climbing pretty quickly. Oh, we have another one. You're still in training, that's fine. And we are getting very low on oil, so I do feel like we probably need to buy in a little bit more. Thank you very much, Dutch East Indies. Much obliged to you. Enjoy the factories. Ah, and we're almost done with all the infrastructure. Excellent. Now, how far behind, and we are probably 2 techs behind here, are we on all of this? Yes, I thought as much. In fact, we are 3 techs behind. Okay. My usual priorities are just completely out of the window. Trying to get as good naval coverage as I can as early as I can, which has been, I think, paying off. Like, Britain's had no problems, so far as I can tell, with German subs. Yeah, they still have 736 convoys. They're fine. Oh, China's getting a little problematic. Wait. So the USA is at war with Japan, but not with the Axis? When the hell did that happen? Japan's justifying against us. Striking the southern resource area. Yeah, that is us. So yeah, apparently Japan's at war with America. Thanks for the warning there, game. Appreciate the heads up. Germany's only got 6 submarines here. Yeah, we're crushing them. And this is my force, which is defending against them. It's getting harder. It is definitely getting harder. So that's 5. That's 5. We can get another one. There we go. Excellent. Okay, so we'll get our 3rd operative, and then I'm going to call that investment good. Mining. Are you finished? You probably finished. Yay, you finished. Right, so where are we going to be mining next? Java Sea? Probably the Java Sea. Oops. Yeah, Java Sea. We'll have this whole area just mined to the nth degree. We have 1,000 mines. And there we go. Germany declares war on the Soviet Union. How are we doing for equipment? We're actually really low on fighters. And the other thing I wanted to do is add... Actually, there are 2 things I need to do here. I need to increase the number of infantry we have in these divisions, otherwise they are going to be complete garbage. But I also really want to add field hospitals. I think we're going to do that first, because we're going to need to retrain all of this. Do you get naval experience with mine kills? I don't actually know. I'll be honest, this is the first time I'm ever using mines. It'll be interesting to see if they're actually any good. You are saying that we have a gun deficit. We have a slight gun deficit? I don't think I really want to spend a massive number of convoys on additional guns. New Zealand, though. Only costs 6. Perfect. And I do feel like we need another oil import. Please, Dutch East Indies. Thank you. Another convoy sunk. Yeah, our efficiency is dropping like a rock. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think I'll go for some more land appropriation. Ah, local agent recruitment. Right. I think we want to probably create a Asian section so that we can start getting Japanese people in. We're also going to need to take a look to see if I can build more factories anywhere. I think we've got dockyards in those. Now, how many dockyards do we want to end up with? I think 10. So that's going to be one too many. So we'll cancel the Northern Territory. Wait, Northern Territory gets a factory now? Oh, brilliant. Didn't used to. And there it is. The Japanese declared war on the Dutch East Indies. Which means the Japanese are now at war with the Allies. So, sorry Britain. But once we've finished with these submarines, I'm going to have to send these home. Also, that's their navy. The United States have joined the UK. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split you into a separate navy. I'm going to split the cruisers. You're 39, you're 38. You're actually... Oh, the Eagle Slayer's a newer version, right. You're 34, so yeah, I think I want to split out the cruisers into its own task force. And your task force is no longer operational over there. We're going home. And we're going to go convoy escort in those regions. And right now, your main thing is that. And Victor Crunchley is definitely our best admiral. So the fact that he's getting all of the experience, I am completely fine with. You are also a destroyer flotilla. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you that symbol. And then you are going to be that symbol. No, that would be more strike force. Your cruisers, you're fast. Sailing boat would be perfect, but the sailing boat's almost always my battle fleet icon. Targeting. Right, we can get another operative, so we could actually get a Frenchman. Or a tough seducer. I do like the seducers, they are very good. And we really need to start studying Japan now. So we're going to begin that. Sorry, Britain. Our priorities are now far closer to home.